Hello, traders. This is addzeros, and hope you are had a very nice week. I had a beautiful week. Oh man, yesterday, the Friday was an amazing day. We had a lot of good trades. I missed a couple of trades because of not getting filled because of the short restrictions around RAD. I missed a Sophie trade because I don't have a short inventory available there. But overall, the beautiful week, beautiful day. I had a mentoring sessions yesterday as well. A beautiful success, and I'm really proud that in the mentoring session, the student is taking his own trades, making his own decisions, and I'm really proud of that moment that my teaching is getting successful. And I just wanted to do a quick recap of the trades we had. And yesterday, amazing. Thursday, Friday, the space was just an amazing. It's just moving all time high. But I was not trading in the afternoon, so did not trade that much. I trade on the space a pre-market trade. I had a beautiful pre-market trade in a space. Then I had two more trades uh, in the first 5 minutes. Two were the losers, one was the break even. And ultimately, overall, it's just a break even. And then I had a one other trade in the afternoon. But I'm going to walk you through the space, the morning trade. And what happened in the morning, if you look at it in the pre market, uh, it was just running. And look at it. It's beautiful rain, and then at this point, around uh, around the 8:15, when I see is making a top here, I I made a short entry around the 48, and then I quickly was just a scalp and just to see that how does it do. It's a beautiful reversal here, so I just wanted to take a quick advantage. Not too big size, it's a crazy small size. I went there, but the trade of the day was the NET. And if you remember the NET, we have discussed that the NET. If you look at the daily chart for NET. And you will notice that the NET is uh, went from 65 to 110, start consolidating. And if you missed the pre-market show, I would suggest please join us on the free pre-market show. We discussed about the levels, and we discussed how we can play around. And in the NET we have discussed, and I said that this if the stock breaks 104 level, then it's going to be a really going to be a solid opportunity for us to go short. And that's exactly we did. We basically went for a plan, and I'm gonna walk you through. If you look at this chart here, and based on the thought process, I say the daily, we were looking at this time. Market was spiking down. Stock is NAT is weak. It's is breaking the 105 level. So my first entry was around 104.50. Let me Let me just quickly check because I don't have the live uh, fill here. So I'm just looking on a Facebook here. So my first entry was 104.50. So break of 104.50. So look at here. So you see here, it is breaking down. This was a support. I was thinking that this is going to be a support because this is an open price here. So I was thinking that that could be an important support. So I'm waiting for 104.50 to break. The moment it break the 104.50, I went short here around 104.42. I added under 104, and my first partial was on 103.25, and then partial, and then remaining partial. Overall, if you look at it for me, I had only risk of 20 cents. I made almost $1 out of it. And that was the beauty, that if you want to trade even these spready stocks, and and volatile stocks, you look for a place where you will find a right entry. In I will show you one more example of this, that we traded as ASAN. And at the same time, when we're looking at it, uh, you know, the net. we also looking for ASAN, and we entered on ASAN. uh, Let me quickly go back and see. I don't have my, I might not have the marking, but let me just recall. So it's around the 10 o'clock. So we basically uh, traded around the 6180, 61 under the break of 6180, this line, 6180 with the risk of 20 cents, around 62. Okay. And then stock quickly moved down. And what I noticed on the time and sell, I unfortunately I do not have the recording of a time and sell. The stock quickly break down, beautiful 75-cent risk, and then but quickly spike back up. The moment it spiked back up, and I saw that the bids are chasing up and the ask is just moving up and up, and I realized that this is not a good entry. And then we stopped out, and if you look at the result, you will notice here that I'll show you. You will notice that ASN we only made $21. It was 80 cent in the money, but then when I noticed that it's just moving back up with this kind of a breakdown and then moving up, this is not a good sign. And I stopped out, and then see we were right on spot that the stock moved up almost to 50 cents without any giving us the and I don't like this kind of a place where I need to stare the chart and hope that the stock gonna come down back. And I hate this. So once if it's moving not in favor of me, and especially when the stock move in your direction and then move back down, that's a sign that stock is a little hesitant to move down. And that's the way we played this. And if I also we had a beautiful lesson while we are doing a mentoring on any on the Nike, and we were trying to short the Nike around uh, around the 152, the break of 152. And if I show you here, this is exactly what happened here, that stock was consolidating. We had the beautiful entry here on the 150-180. The stock moved down, broke it, and then moved back up sharply. And we took the small partial and then we closed out, and uh, with only with the $55. It was a good trade, but when I saw we were looking at the time and sell, and I will tell you one more thing that we will how we avoided, which is I'm talking about that how we avoided time and sell. So w- if I re yeah, we want to try one more time here with the break of 150 150. And what we notice here that every time is try to break down, the someone is keep buying the stock. And we realize that on the time and sell, you will see if I can show you, I don't have the recording, but if I show you recording, um, so if you look at the recording, what do you need to see is the more uh, below the bid bits if the stock you really wanted to crash down. But if the you see the green uh, time and sell print, and you see bigger prints and coming out bigger volume, bigger share size and coming in the green, this signifies that that stock is not ready uh, to break down. And that's the way we have avoided a couple of trades not to go into the short position because stock was not moving in the direction. So that is the lesson, that is the thing I wanted to teach you. And if you're interested in learning and having a one-on-one mentorship and trade with me live, feel free to reach out. I'll share you with more details. If you have any more questions about the strategy or how we have traded the stock, put your comments and then we can have a discussion around that. And thank you very much for joining me today.